Last night, with a potential finals matchup against the Milwaukee Bucks, Klay Thompson scored the most points he's scored in 3 years as the Dubs won a convincing home game. Jordan Poole continued his hot streak, and I want to break down how these two guards combined for 13 three-pointers and got hot from beyond the arc. Let's get into it. Here we have a classic Warriors split action to the post, but this was actually a triple split. Entry pass to Bjelica, and Wiggins starts the first cut through Klay's screen, and JP sets the second for Klay to curl. As you can see, no switch by the Bucks on off-ball screens, and Klay gets an open look and knocks it down with Jrue Holiday trailing. This is where you know Klay's going to shoot unconsciously all night. Here JP cuts off Bjelica, who swings it to Klay guarded by Giannis with a long-ass wingspan. Realize that Giannis is pretty uptight to him, but with his hands down, that's all the space Klay needed as he lets it fly from 28. That's 2 in a row for him. Points off turnovers is always key. JP pushes it, and it's a 4-on-2 fast break, and if you watch the Warriors the last almost decade, you know they feed it to whoever is hot at the moment. Giannis has to split between the ball and Kuminga on the right wing, and Holiday was responsible for the split between Wiggins and Klay. But the split second of not realizing who's hot, Holiday is just too low here and JP hits the right man for the heat check 3. Budenholzer calls timeout. This was a funny three-pointer off a broken play. Notice Matthews with a double take here, doing a good job keeping his eye on Thompson. Kuminga shoots a tough contested fadeaway, and it's a smart tip by Bjelica that turns into a loose ball. Klay shoots a super off-balance 3 and drains it. The footage here didn't show the seconds before this clip, but this was a defensive collapse by the Bucks as Klay was wide open in the corner after a dead ball. Curry flung it and Klay makes them pay once again. Jrue Holiday is known as a great defender, but last night it seemed like he was a little too zoned out. Matthews is doing a good job forcing Curry to his left and into help, but Holiday slides down way too much to help, leaving a simple kick out for an in-rhythm tray. 6 threes for the night for Thompson. When Klay Thompson's having one of those nights, as Warriors fans, most of us know his shots come within the flow of the natural offense and on the break. Here on the semi-fast break, the Bucks struggle as 2 defenders pick up Bjelica for some reason, with Wes Matthews way too low. Steph realizes this and a long extra swing pass to Klay for a quick release 26-footer. This is just beautiful team basketball, carving apart the defense. Here Jevon Carter is trailing JP and Bjelica hits him with a nice lead pass. Portis correctly rotates, and Grayson Allen is responsible for the 2 weak side kick-out shooters. However, since Wiggins receives the pass, the next correct rotation is Middleton, but here he knows that Klay is the better three-point threat. But Middleton either has to completely rotate and trust Ibaka to be the defender to cover Klay, or stick with him completely. This half-ass stunt ends up leaving Thompson wide open, and Wiggins smartly swings it for an assist. 35 points for Klay. I cannot leave out Jordan Poole's 30-piece. Putting him in the starting lineup has given him so much more confidence and an additional scoring threat outside the Splash Bros. Here Looney gives Thompson a pick to go left and Middleton fights over. I realize the Bucks have a defensive scheme of reaching or helping just one pass away, as we've seen Jrue Holiday do this off of Klay. Here in the first quarter, he helps and tries to recover, and JP gets a kick out in rhythm 30-footer. Milwaukee is also known for their famous drop coverage off picks, usually with Brook Lopez, but this time Giannis is the 5. Jevon Carter fights over the screen and Giannis is in drop, allowing Poole to pull up for 3. I recognize when Grayson Allen was on Poole, Milwaukee game planned to go under screens. Here Steph swings into the weak side to Looney with some off-ball action involving Klay and Poole. Klay doesn't even move to set the screen and Allen tries to go under, giving JP too much space for the long-distance shot. This was terrible defense by the Bucks. The Bucks switched this off-ball screen involving Klay and Looney, but Portis is in no man's land so far from Steph Curry. Allen notices this and immediately sprints to Curry, who smartly swings it to the open corner, where technically this is Bobby Portis' rotation, which he failed to do. Holiday ends up running a mile for a late contest as JP hits another 3. Remember a couple plays ago when I mentioned Allen going under the screen, encouraging the 3-ball. Here's a simple dribble handoff with Giannis once again in drop coverage, forcing Allen to chase Poole and go under the screen again. JP lets it fly for his 5th three-pointer and timeout Milwaukee. There you have it, guys. Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole combined for 13 threes as two Warriors torched Milwaukee's game plan to play drop defense to protect the paint. Klay had 38 and Poole with 30 as Golden State came out with a convincing home win against the defending champions without Draymond in the past couple weeks getting abused in the paint by opposing big men. It was amazing to see the best Klay Thompson heat check we've seen in almost 3 years, as you could hear the excited Chase Center go wild after every shot he let loose. Jordan Poole is a future all-star in the making, and he stayed really consistent the last several games with his playmaking and skill set. Hope to keep the momentum going, as this was a great last game before Draymond Green returns on Monday. Hope you guys like this 3-point breakdown. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.